The Signs of Death. One night, my friends and I were returning home from a trip. It was late, and we found ourselves driving along a dark and deserted street. The eerie silence inside the car was almost palpable. Suddenly, my friend in the passenger seat, Mike, spotted something unusual in the dim light ahead. A sign that read, 100 kilometers to death. Mike's face turned pale as he pointed it out, his voice trembling with fear. The rest of us laughed, brushing it off as a morbid prank. We continued driving, but the atmosphere in the car grew tense. Then, just a few minutes later, Mike saw another sign. 80 kilometers to death. His fear intensified, and he insisted that we should turn back. Again, we laughed it off, trying to lighten the mood, but the tension was palpable. As we drove on, the darkness seemed to close in around us. When we saw the third sign, 60 kilometers to death, Mike was too scared to continue. He screamed for us to stop the car. Reluctantly, we pulled over, the eerie silence pressing in on us. We realized we were low on gas and needed to refuel. Our friend decided to drive to a nearby gas station they had spotted earlier. Mike and I stayed behind, waiting for them on the street. We waited for what felt like hours, but there was no sign of them. The fear began to creep into our minds. Unable to wait any longer, we decided to walk along the road in search of them. The shadows cast by the trees danced menacingly in our flashlight beams. As we walked, we noticed something even stranger. The signs Mike had seen earlier were completely blank. We couldn't see any writing on them. It was as if the ominous messages Mike had read were never there. After what felt like an eternity, we stumbled upon a horrifying sight, a car engulfed in flames. We ran toward it, our hearts pounding in our chests. As we got closer, the realization hit us like a ton of bricks. It was our friend's car. The fire illuminated their lifeless bodies, burnt beyond recognition. Our screams echoed through the night as we stared in disbelief, our nightmarish journey ending in a gruesome and tragic reality.